What's the deal, you guys? What is the deal? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a midday questionnaire with yours truly, Scotty by Nature TV. Child, I could have made up my bed before I got on this live, but child, fuck it. I'll make it when I get off of here. Shit, we are on live now, so it really don't matter. But I am here to answer, just because there ain't really nothing to talk about right now. So I just wanted to get on here and just, because I started this on Instagram, right? I started this on Instagram. I was on there talking to the people on Instagram. When I go live on Instagram, it don't be that many people in the damn lives, no way. And don't nobody really care about no damn Instagram lives anyway. So it's just like, I said, while I'm on here, maybe I can go live on my own channel and then we could just, answer a couple of questions for a little while because I got to be up out of the house by 2:30 because I got somewhere to be. I got to do my confessionals today. So I was like, well, let me go over here and go live on my YouTube. And I don't really give a fuck about viewership with this particular live. This is just me talking to the people and everything like that. So that's all that this is about. So we can go ahead and get this thing started right now. We got 24 people up in here so far. And let's go ahead. Let me answer some questions. Whatever burning question you may have, just put it in the chat and I'll answer it the best way I know how. Now, there may be some questions that some of y'all want to ask me that I don't want to answer, and I probably won't if you're going too deep. But y'all can ask me anything today just about, and I will answer it. So let me start off. I don't know if this is your question, but what's going on, Kendra? She says, hey Scotty, how's your day going? It is going fine. It's one of them little lazy days right about now. I just took a shower and stuff like that. And I did one video earlier. I did like a pre-record video earlier that will be coming out at 2:00. But other than that, I'm fine actually. You in the path of the storm, Scotty. You ready? I am a little bit ready. I bought a couple of things yesterday, but I know after I get done with confessionals today, I know I'm gonna have to go to the store again. So because I know it's just for the weekend, because all I really bought was like beef patties and ground beef and shit like that. But I know I need to go get some other shit like lunch meat and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Is your mouth feeling better? Yes, I'm on penicillin and ibuprofen. So long as I keep the meds up to date and take them the way I'm supposed to, I will be fine. Let me see. What are your plans for your birthday? Okay, so my plans for my birthday are very similar to the plans for my birthday that I had last year. I'm having a kickback here at the house. I'm having a dinner, a birthday dinner that very next day, and then we're going to brunch that Sunday. And then for the rest of the week, I'm just gonna rest. But then by that next Friday, which my birthday actually falls on a Thursday, which is on February the 12th. So on the 13th, me and Bando will be going to Mississippi to celebrate my birthday with my people back home. So that's pretty much how my birthday is going to go. That's how the plans go. Hopefully nothing gets in the way of anything that I'm trying to do, but that is exactly how my birthday is going to go. God willing. Okay. And I will be turning 37. Ain't that something? 37. Damn 7. I just came from your store, child. I'm glad I'm not there. That's all I do know. I'm glad I ain't there. It's 33 of y'all up in here, so I feel like there should be 33 people up in here asking me stuff. Well, 35 people up in here asking me stuff. Y'all can just put y'all questions down below. I answer it. Hey, Scotty, how are you doing? If you had to describe your soul in one sentence, what would it be? That's a good question. That's a good question. And that's a question that may require some thought to be put into it. But um I would say that I have a warm soul, like a very comforting like soul, because I'm all about the people and making sure everybody else is okay, which can be to my detriment sometimes. But I feel like I'm a warm soul. Very, especially my spirit is a kind spirit. Regardless of what people take from, reality TV recaps that I do. I feel like my energy on reality recaps are way different from my energy when I'm doing like a story time where I'm actually talking about myself. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I would think. Um, how are you doing mentally? Well, mentally, I am in a decent place. I'm very happy right now. I have many reasons to be happy right now. I will say that in the midst of me doing the scene ATL, my mental really wasn't the best. I was going through a lot um, financially, trying to put out a book, trying to work, trying to do YouTube, trying to do all of that at one time. And it was basically like crippling me. And I had so much to think about. And I was slipping in and out of depression during that time. But I was able to still manage to do everything that I needed to do. So I will say that right now, I'm good. I'm in a happy place. Very happy right now. I've been very happy since the end of the year. So I can't say that. Do you see yourself doing more web reality shows or putting out more books? Okay, as far as putting out more books, yes. I actually have to send Sheridan the manuscript to my next book sometime next week. So the next book is actually gonna come very soon. Do I see myself on more web reality shows? I do. I did agree to do another season of The Scene, but I don't know if I'm gonna go past I might give it 2 more seasons though, but I'm not really certain about it. Being on a web reality show is a lot. Um, People be having so much to say, and the web reality world is very cutthroat. There's a lot of fake ass bitches in this web reality world. There's a lot of haters and people that are envious in this web reality world. So the moment I got on web reality, the more it was the once it was announced that I was on the show, that's why all the secret hate started coming my way. And I seen it. And I had to hurry up and protect my peace. I had to take whatever measures I needed to take to protect my peace. I had to mute folks on Instagram. I had to keep myself from looking at videos about the show, anything dealing with anybody's opinion on these blogs about the show. I didn't want to watch them. I didn't want to read them. I didn't want to read no comments about nothing dealing with this show. I had to do whatever I could to protect my peace. Because there's people that are very negative when it comes down to me in this web space, and I just ain't got time for it. So that's why I chose to just kind of cover myself from all of that, if you ask me. You feel what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But I already agreed to do season 2 of The Scene. And I may do a season 3 if there is one. But I don't know if I'm gonna go past that. I mean, I really don't know. Let me see. Would you ever go into scripted acting ventures? No, unless I wrote it. I wouldn't be acting in it, but writing one, definitely. Um, what part of your story do you still struggle to accept? Joe CJ16 asking a lot of great questions. The fact that I'm the black sheep of my family, that's very hard to accept because I don't feel like I've done anything to deserve that title. And sometimes it's hard, to know that you're a truth teller and you get called crazy for it. That is the weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life. But that's the life of the chosen one. That's what they call us, the chosen ones. Who are you tapping for your next interview and when can we expect it? If there's one lined up. Somebody from Candy in the Game actually reached out to me for an interview. Her people reached out to me for an interview just yesterday. Um, and I think that interview gonna happen on Tuesday. They didn't tell me who the person was, but their management came to me basically telling me that they wanted to do an interview with me. And so I know that that is one interview that I'm doing. But there's others that I definitely haven't reached out to the people yet, but I am very soon. And y'all will definitely know. Hey, Soulful Dog, what do you think life is trying to teach you right now? To look out for yourself first and just do the things that make to look out for myself first, because it's learn to be selfish when it's time to be selfish, and do what makes you happy, and stop worrying about outside noise and what other people have to say about you, because these people don't know you. And it took me a long time to grasp that concept, like trying to people please. And if I read something on a message board, then I feel like, okay, this is what they're saying about me, so I need to switch it up and I need to do something else because they don't like it, not realizing that that is just a smidge of the people that watch my videos, because regardless of what they think about it, they're going to watch. If they wasn't watching, they wouldn't have nothing to complain about, right? So I have to do what's best for me. I have to do what works for me. And if it don't work for the next person, then it just don't work for the next person. So instead of worrying about what everybody got to say, and just think of it this way: if you can give criticism to people on reality shows, to people on web reality shows, then you have to adjust to the same criticism that other people are giving you as a content creator. That's what comes with putting yourself out there in the public. That's something that I been taught. Take all criticism, whether it's good or bad, live your life for you and do what's special. Do what makes you happy. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Let me see. Were you surprised by whom some of the hate came from? Absolutely not. Mm-mm. I wasn't surprised by it, because you can already tell when a person don't really care for you like that. And sometimes it's your light that shines people. And because everybody likes me, that makes some people not like me, because a lot of people like me and I have a big following and people, really adore me for the most part. And some people from that side of the tracks can't say that. There's only a few that can. Not everybody can say that. So when they see somebody like me getting all this damn support, and when something happens with me and most people are on my side, they can't accept that. So, and I saw a lot of that when I got into it with the Nicole. I saw a lot of that when I got into it with her. But hey JT, but it was a lot that came with that. So I'm not necessarily surprised by a lot of these people that had hate. People, haters gonna hate, and that's just what it is. So I'm not surprised. Hey Scotty, being the black sheep is very relatable. Yes, it is, child. It's very much so relatable. When you were going through depression, how did you push through? When I was going through depression, I just threw myself into work. I just threw myself into work. Like, I forced myself to work. I will work hands and knees, whether I was at Kroger, whether I was on YouTube. I was working my ass off. And it took my mind off of all of the things that I was going through. But throwing yourself into work don't always help, because once you get done working your ass off, you still got to sit in them thoughts. But that was my way of coping, was working and creating. That was my way of coping. I love your story times. Are you going to do more story times on your channel this year? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see. What other things are you wanting to do outside of YouTube? That's a good question. Like the books and stuff, that's one thing. But I do want to kind of mentor people that have dealt with some of the things that I've dealt with in my life. Like, even when I was doing an interview with Elijah, it kind of felt like a mentor, me being like a big brother to somebody. Like, I just want to be somebody that can instill certain things with boys that's growing up thinking that they can't win because they're different, or thinking that they can't win because of where they came from and stuff like that. And I just feel like sometimes you want to give back to people that have gone through some of the same struggles you went through in some kind of way. That has been on my mind as of lately. Let me see. Would you consider doing field interviews for the award shows and red carpet events that you attend? I think you would shine. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I don't know why I didn't ask to do that for the Chasing premiere. I don't know why I didn't ask to do that, but I would love to do that. That would be fun. I would love to do that. Let me see. When do you feel most authentic, and when do you feel like you're pretending? That is a great question. I feel the most authentic like right now. I'm just being Scotty. I ain't dressed up. I ain't doing anything over the top to make myself feel better. I'm just being Scotty. But sometimes when I'm out with people and I'm putting on this big old smile, when I know I'm dead on the inside, that's when I'm pretending. And I don't do a good job at pretending. Because even when I try to pretend that things are not, some things are not wrong, you know what I mean? Things are not going wrong in my life, people still tend to pick it up. I don't know why people tend to pick up my energy. Like some people be knowing that I'm pretending. Because I will say that throughout 2023, which I always reference that year because that was a terrible ass year. And I was watching an old video of mine from that year where I told everybody that I was going through depression and I was like in a dark spot of my life. And throughout that time, I would get on here. We was doing roast review on Queen's SWV and Escape show. There would be days where right before we go live to do that show, before me and T go live do that show, I would cry my eyes out before we start that show. But by the time I got in front of that camera, you got Scotty by Nature. But Scotty just got through crying before he got on that screen. And a lot of times I got on here and pretended that everything was fine. I get on here, I do my job, get off of here, and then I just go lay in my bed and just cry. That's how I used to be back then. So sometimes I be going through shit and I get on here and no one knows until I say it. Let me see where we at here. I think I'm gonna shut up, Jamar. My question is, did people not expect you to get most love when you created a following forever? I don't know what people thought that was. Like, I don't know what people, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even expect to have all this support when all of that happened. Because I'd be under the impression that my audience don't watch web reality. So I didn't think most of my audience was gonna see that. But if you got my name in a title and my people are looking for me and you see my name in the title and you see something like that, of course they're going to tune in and see what the fuck is going on and what the fuck is popping. Of course they're going to see that. So yeah, of course. Can't really be mad with me though. So it is what it is. I've heard that you want to grow closer to your community. Any plans on how you'll go about that? One of my plans is doing more, going into the Discord a little bit more, because sometimes I'd be so wrapped up in my own shit that I don't have time to do certain things. So I do want to try and visit the Discord a lot more. And then, do lives that I used to do where I allow people to come up and give their opinions on things or call in and say whatever they want to say, that type of thing. I want to do that too. But sometimes my patience be a little bit too thin for them type of lives, but I'm still going to try. Field interviews would be cool. Just keep it at the forefront. Oh, absolutely. Do you believe in fate, or do you believe that? Do you think we create our own destiny? It's a little bit of both. I do think that there is a such thing as fate, and I also think that we sometimes can create our own destiny. You know, I felt like it was fate that certain things happened for me. Because certain things had fallen into my lap that I didn't expect to fall in my lap. I wasn't even looking for it and it fell into my lap. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I didn't expect for Sheridan to find me and offer me like a publishing deal. Like I didn't expect it. Although this was something that I've been screaming to the top of my lungs about. Like I wanted to get, wanted to publish my books for a long time, but it was like that was the biggest thing that I was screaming about, but it happened. I had a hosting gig opportunity that it didn't happen because the person that came to me with the gig got sick. He had already paid me to do it, but I couldn't do it because he got sick. You know, the whole event got shut down, and it was about publishing, and that was going to be good. It was about a whole bunch of authors. I was going to read my book, you know, all the other stuff. That was going to be great promotion for me in the new lane that I'm going into, but it didn't work out that way. Like there's a lot of different things that have fallen into my lap that I felt like it was fate. But then it's a lot of other things that have happened that I felt like I created that thing on my own. You feel what I'm saying? Um with the landscape of reality TV and reality TV content being so sporadic, do you think that you will have to rework your channel content in the future? I think about that all the time. That is one of the reasons why I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to go in on my music content very heavily. Like I want to do like a lot of reactions, like to, I don't know if y'all watch this girl on YouTube, but her name is Ashley Reacts, and she reacts to old school R&B music and stuff like that. And that is some of the things that I want to do, is like react to old school rap, old school R&B, things like that. That is why because music content, you can't go wrong with music content. Like you can do music content forever. You can remix that and do it however you want. So I do think about that a lot. That's a great question, Prophet. I do think about that a lot, and I do feel like at some point I'm gonna have to. That's why I'm trying to get into, slowly but surely, get into different things. But I'm definitely gonna be doing reactions. It's just that I don't be wanting no copyright claims, and I don't know how they get away with doing reactions without having content copyright claims. I need to look into that first before I really get into the reactions of it all. But I want to react to live performances. I want to react to music videos. I want to do all that. You know, I love music, so why not bring that into that? But that's what I'm doing this year. And I know I say it every year, but I'm really doing it this year. Um, let me see where we at. If you had to choose one word to describe your life, what would it be? Triumph. I'm very triumphant. Triumph. Because I like there's a lot of things that I've gone through, and you know what I'm saying? Even though I went through that stuff, um, I was able to come out of it unscathed and come out of it with just joy. You know what I mean? Like I always go through something, and then I always come out on top every single time. Any advice dealing with a bad breakup, baby? Let me tell you, okay? The last time I had a breakup was 7 years ago. Okay. 7 years ago, I had a breakup. It was 2019, y'all. I had found out that my man at the time, I had found out that he was using me. I had found out not only was he using me, but he was cheating on me. Okay. He was using me, he was cheating on me. I'm gonna tell y'all, when I first met him, I had met him through my friend. And my friend had brought him to the bar that we was at. And You know what I'm saying? I thought he was cute. But I was under the impression that he was talking to my friend though. I was under the impression of that. But I remember he started flirting with me and he was letting me know that he wanted to get with me. And I'm like, don't you talk to my friend? He was like, I don't talk to him. You might need to talk to him though, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so I went to my friend and I told him, he said, oh, boy, please, I only talked to that boy for 2 days. Go ahead. 2 days. So he said, yeah, child. Like, I can't say that I was talking to him. I just invited him out, you know, uh, I just took him to the bar with me. Like, that's it. But other than that, we ain't had nothing going on. But long story short, I found out that he was, cheating on me and he was using me. And what I mean by using me is he had lost his job. And I'm the type of guy, if I'm your man, then I'm going to be that. Like, I'm going to be there for you emotionally. I'm going to be there for you sexually and financially if need be. And when he lost his job, he didn't have anything. And I didn't want to, and I had money. So I didn't want to leave him high and dry. So I helped him pay his phone bill. I helped him pay his car note. I helped him get his window fixed when somebody busted it out at the club. If he needed gas, I gave it to him. All of that different stuff. And I felt like I was doing the right thing, mainly because of the fact that that was my boyfriend and I was in love with him. And then he got his own job. He got a job after that. But then even though he had a job, because he was making less than what he was making at the last job, he was still asking me for shit. Only for me to find out that he was canceling dates on me and shit like that. And I realized that the money that I gave him, I think he gave it to somebody, to the person that I found out he was cheating on me with. Only for me to find out that the person that he cheated on me with did the same things to him that he did to me. And I was hella embarrassed. And just because I'd never been through nothing like that. I was hella embarrassed, and I had never had no man use me like that. And I was just thinking that I was just doing what I was supposed to do as somebody's boyfriend. That's what I thought I was doing. Cause I would expect somebody to do it for me if I was falling through hard times. But come to find out he was just using me. And it took me a minute to get past that. Cause I'm just like, really? And when you are going through a bad breakup, you just gotta figure it out. Like, you got to remove yourself from anything that reminds you of that person. Like, you need to unfollow them from everything, block them if you need to. Focus on you. Um, keep your friends near you, all that other stuff. And that's something that I can do, because I know for me, my way of getting over a bad breakup was to write write songs about it. That used to be my way of getting over breakups and getting over bad relationships, was writing a record about it. But this motherfucker was just so to me that I could even come up with a song about him. My cousin Reggie needed a record and he asked me to write something for him. And I'm like, I have writer's block and I haven't written a song in years. And he was like, you just got out of your relationship, right about that. And I was like, ugh, okay. He sent me a beat and I wrote the song. The song was called Overdue, and it was about exactly what I was going through at that time. And he loved the song, but I hated it. I felt like that was like my weakest song I ever wrote in my life, because I really wasn't inspired to write anything about him. But that was the last song I wrote. It was called Overdue. I hate the song. I hate it to this day. Like, all of my demos that I got, that was the one I don't listen to at all because I hated it. I like the way I sang it though. But I hate the record. I hate it. But that was the way that I was able to get past a bad breakup, was writing a record. Sometimes you gotta reach into things that really matters, or some things that really make you happy to get over a breakup. If you feel what I'm saying. I said I'll let tell you that. Do you feel a difference on the show as people realize you have a lot of followers? What do you mean? Expound upon that question. I want to know what you mean by that. Reach out to Jay Nolan. You already know him and he seems to understand how it works. I did say I was gonna reach out to him though. I did. Cause I fuck with Jay and I know him, of course, because that's Jamie's husband. So of course I know. What are your plans for your channel for the next 3 months, or is it too soon to say? It kind of is too soon to say, but I really want more music heavy content on my channel in the next 3 months. That's the goal. And to hit 60K. The most challenging part about pivoting your content is getting out of your comfort zone. That is very true. Lost his job and was still going to the clubs. No, sir, I wouldn't trust him. Yeah, because he was doing like people's makeup on the side. So he'll kind of get paid doing that, but he was still going to the club and stuff. And there would be times where I didn't even know he was there. Like, he'll tell me that he had, he'll say, well, I'm going to bed or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Then I look up on Facebook and I see a video of you at the club doing the show. Okay. But me and him cool now, so I'm really not trying to go there. He apologized for everything that he did to me, so I'm trying not to go there. I'm really trying not to go there. Hey, I wanted to ask you, if OG was still on Basketball Wives, do you think Brooke Bailey would have tried to get buck with her? I think she would have. I really do. Don't ever take on embarrassment for someone else doing you wrong. That's true. Scotty, you are so loving and genuine, and it also seems like you currently have people around that truly love you and see you. That I do. Y'all don't understand. I really do. Like, when I relocated here, I already knew that I was going to have a stampede of people that really, really, really love me and really show me things that I really wasn't seeing back home. Like of course, Jamar, Carl, Tremel, DJ. Even though we've had our back and forths and shit like that, JT, Bando, Troy, Jay Amore, Dario, I hope I ain't forgetting nobody, but these are people that are very close to me. Dominique, just to name a few. These people really, really, really do. They really do care and they really do love me, and I appreciate all of them for real. It makes my time here the best. What do you think you need to let go of to become who you're meant to be? Baggage. Because sometimes I'll be too focused on what people have done to me in the past, and to the point to where I can't get past what the people have done to me in the past, and I keep that shit bottled the fuck up, and I kind of hold it against the next batch of people that come into my life, because I'm not really that trusting of people. So yeah. Baggage. What do you think your heart is trying to tell you right now? That I'm making the right decision. Basically. Like people's energy and attitude towards you on the show, good or bad. Oh, everybody's energy towards me is good. Like, ain't nobody really just been coming at me like in a malicious type of way. Yeah, you see me and JT argue, but she hasn't been malicious to me. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the difference. But no, everybody's very aware of who I am and what my following is. Because once again, I already knew these people. The only person I didn't know was Delon. How is you and Bando's relationship / friendship now? Because on the show, it seems a little rocky. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed, but me and Bando are good. Like, I can't really say what I want to say right now, but me and Bando are much in a good place. Like, oh my God. Just know that what you are watching on the show is that when we came in, because y'all watching the first 4 episodes, and we're about to get into the second half of the season. So what I'm telling y'all is the first half of the season, when we first started filming, me and Bando we had just we wasn't talking coming into this. We wasn't talking. Like we was in a little weird rocky place when we started doing the show. And then when we got into the show, we got back in the same space. After we had our conversation, we got into the same space and we started hanging out off camera and spending time off camera. So what you're seeing from episodes 1 through 4 is that these are two people. They dated, but then they took a break from that. They got into a weird space. They really weren't talking like that. Now they in this group, and now they're forced to be around each other. And then you see in them, you see the uncomfortability. Like I was kind of uncomfortable the first few times we filmed together because we just got back cool. So I don't know how to act around him. So then, as we continue to film this show, now you're starting to see stuff and you're starting to see Bando's energy towards me change, not in a bad way, but in a good way. You start seeing his energy change, start seeing him act a different way around me. You start seeing, a difference of everything. And by the end of the show, you definitely see the difference. And, we haven't been filming since October and things have definitely changed since then. Very much so. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to say nothing else. Anyway, what responsibility do you feel to your audience and why? My biggest responsibility with my audience is to always be responsible and always be 100% honest about and authentic. People respect you when you're authentic, and people also respect you when you are being yourself. And because people know when you're not being yourself, so it is what it is. Will you be doing any more YouTube collaborations that you can tell us about, or any that you want to do this year? As a matter of fact, there are some I want to do this year. And do y'all want me to tell y'all? Do you want me to tell y'all who I want to do collabs with this year? I'm away. What pain are you still carrying that you haven't forgiven yourself for? I want to say it's so bad. But that particular pain that I haven't forgiven myself for will be revealed on the mid-season premiere of the Scene ATL. I already told y'all when that episode come out, I'm going live right after it. I have to go live after it. But if you watch the episode, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm still carrying it around and I haven't fully forgiven myself for it because I still blame myself for what happened to me. Did the talk with your sibling that was reaching out go over smoothly? It did. As a matter of fact, he told me he was coming here next weekend. So we'll see what happens with that. Could you ever see yourself completely transitioning away from YouTube and into other things? Yeah, I could. I mean, long as it's dealing with media, long as it's dealing with writing and entertainment, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That like that'll happen. So I'm good with that. Like I'm looking forward to all of that. Yeah, keep the questions coming. I like this. I might do this more often. Might do this more often. Keep the questions coming. Keep it under wraps until it's a reality. I think I'm gonna follow what Soulful Dog just said because there's people that I want to collaborate with that are big dogs in YouTube. One in particular had asked me to interview her about 3 years ago. And I think I'm gonna do it because she follows me again on Instagram. And that is I'm gonna keep the name to myself. But yeah. What do you think love is really supposed to feel like? When you love somebody, you have this feeling in the pit of your stomach. When you love somebody, when you love somebody, you have this feeling in the pit of your stomach. When you love somebody, you have this tone of voice that you have when you be around them. That's how you know you love somebody. For me, it's a different type of feeling. I don't know. It's a different kind of feeling. I don't know what it is, but yes, it's a feeling that makes you feel good. Like it make you smile at the thought of them and stuff like that. Like just the scent of them, the smell of them, like everything. You feel what I'm saying? Like I love it. Trust me. I love that feeling. I just fell out with my sister last weekend. How do you navigate breakups with siblings? That's a hard question because as y'all know, I really only talk to one sibling regularly in another sibling here and there. But I just go no contact. I just go no contact with them, period. That's what I do. I promise you that's what I do. I just don't deal with them as hard as it is. But I'm all about my peace. So what's the one thing you wish that you could change about your past? I feel like if I changed anything about my past, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So I don't think it's really no need for that. I don't really think I need to change anything. Where to feisty at? I don't know. We was just she had just DM'd me Tuesday. I don't know why she not in here. If given the opportunity, would you host a Bell Collective reunion alongside Carlos King? I would. I would. As a matter of fact, um, I'm gonna need for y'all to spam Carlos King and when Bill Collector come back, I'm gonna need for y'all to spam Carlos King and tell him that we want Scotty by Nature TV to join y'all Monday Night Live one of these days. That's what I need for y'all to do. I need for y'all to let Carlos King know that we want to see Scotty on your Monday Night Live discussing Bill Collector with Carlos with you, Dustin Ross, and Claudia Jordan. That's what I'm gonna need because I already know Dustin. Dustin know me from back in the day. Like we follow each other, all that shit. So I've been knowing Dustin from a long time ago. But yeah, y'all need to spam his ass because I need to be there. And I'm from Mississippi. The fuck? I was the first one to review the show. What? Come on now. When you relocated to a different state, what were the pros and cons? Okay, good question. The pros of moving to a new state was that I have access to a lot of things that I did not have access to in Mississippi. Okay. It was a new scenery, new energy, new people, and there's more to do here. And I find my way. I can find a way to navigate through the city. But the cons was you gotta have a goddamn car in Atlanta. It's expensive to travel everywhere on fucking Uber. The only reason why I ain't got no car here because mine broke the fuck down right before I moved. So that's why I take Uber everywhere I go. Sometimes if Jamar is going the same, that's a lot of times I'm with Jamar. So sometimes we go into the same place, we'll ride together. But like when I had to film and stuff, I had to Uber to wherever I had to go. So it is not cheap to be Ubering around Atlanta like this. It's just not. That's why I cannot wait to get a car so I could, drive my damn self instead of giving somebody $10 for an Uber ride every damn day. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. It is not cheap, but I don't complain about it though. I don't. And another thing is I used to DoorDash like hell back home. Like the most I spent on a DoorDash was $14 motherfucking dollars. But out here, bitch, you looking at $20 to $30 on some DoorDash. Just saying. But other than that, it's cool. I love living in Atlanta. Probably the best decision I ever made in my life. Let me see. Yeah, because your voice gets really high and light when you talk to Bando. You really like him. Oh my God, y'all gonna make sure y'all put them Bando comments in here, ain't it? Y'all gonna make sure y'all do that. If you had the opportunity, would you do a reality show like Traders, Survivor, or Big Brother? Let me tell y'all, I was a big fan of Big Brother. I started watching Big Brother a couple of years ago, but I used to be a big fan of Big Brother. And I always said, I could be on Big Brother. Bitch, no the fuck I couldn't. I can't eat slop. When Big Brother first started, if you didn't win if you didn't win something, they would put you on PB&J for a week. Bitch, I could do PB&J. I could do that. I could do peanut butter and jelly for a whole week. I could do that. But slop? Don't nobody want that. I do not want no slop. No slop. Don't want that. That bill collector thing would be a hoot. It really would, because I challenge all their ass up there. He definitely be watching, so he need to do something. Exactly. Hey, Uncle Jay. Y'all keep the questions coming for another 10 minutes. I don't mind doing this for an hour. Have you ever thought about having merch with your facial expressions on? Yep. I think it was Carl that told me I need to do it. If you want, we can watch trailers and the traders in the Discord. That way you can get a feel for it. Tammy Talks had told me to watch traders and do reviews on traders, and I still ain't watched it. That's probably why Carl was texting me about my damn Peacock password so he can fucking watch traders. That's probably why. I had changed my password because I had forgotten my password. But I forgot that Carl had my password too. So What's the biggest lesson you've learned about trust? Ooh, so many. I am a person that doesn't trust people easily because I've been through so much shit. And it takes me a while to give you my trust. Because once I give you my trust, that means I really fuck with you. And when you find it hard to do that, when you betray it, it's terrible. Let me see. What's your favorite comfort meal to eat? Oh, baby, I love me some cake and ice cream. Cookies and cream ice cream at that. And a chocolate cake. Girl, are y'all going to do a panel for the reunion looks? More than likely we are. If lovers and friends were still airing, which friends and family would you trust to find your love? Oh my God. Tramiel, Jamar, Nikki, Jay Amore, Carl, and my cousins Tiara and Jarvis. That's what I have. How hard has it been for you to step out of your comfort zone to build up connections and promote yourself more? Have you been networking more since moving to Atlanta? Yes and no. I have been networking, but not the way that I should, because I don't really be going to a lot of these events that I be invited to, because I'm gonna tell, because one night Carl and Tramiel went in on me so bad about this, and I never said this publicly, but I'm gonna say it publicly today. I remember I got invited. This was right before Housewives of Atlanta came on. I had gotten invited to a red carpet. It was for Shamia's Amazon Prime movie. I think it was some movie she was on Amazon Prime. And I got the invite last minute. And it was the first night of the Chasing Panel. Chasing Panel was supposed to go live that night. It was our first show. I didn't have shit prepared for no damn red carpet. I didn't have no outfit. I didn't have anything. And this was the Chasing Panel first night airing. And instead of me going to the red carpet, I said, I don't think I can go. And I chose to do the Chasing Panel instead of being at that damn red carpet, because I didn't want to lead them out the dry, because they're a priority as well. So when Carl and Tramiel found out that I chose to do the panel with them and not go to the damn red carpet, they went in on my ass. They let me have it. They said, bitch, if you get an opportunity like that again, bitch, fuck us, go to that shit. You don't know who you could have met there. So it's like, so I use that as an example. So it's kind of like, I have, but then I didn't. I have it and I didn't. But this year, I'm going to do better with that. You feel what I'm saying? Not a question, but I just want to thank you for shouting me out on the Elijah interview, because I definitely want to see y'all two interact with each other. Thank you. Scotty, do you watch Lady Nika? I haven't watched Lady Nika in a long time. I used to watch Lady Nika's reviews on the Housewives of Atlanta a long time ago, because she was a big fan of Kenya Moore back then. This was during season 6 and 7 of 6 and 7 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then she was real tight back then with I think it was Sayshawn Bradley, Cemented, Erica De Niro, all them different people. They was called like the Fresh Collective or something along those lines. And they was all like Kenya fans back then. And I used to watch her back then, but I don't watch now because I don't look at like the beef sector stuff. So that's the only reason why I don't watch her now. But I still like her though. You know, from time and time again, she'll come. Like sometimes she'll like a post on Instagram or something like that. But other than that, you know, I haven't watched her in years. But I'm still subscribed though. But I just haven't watched her in a while. As they should. Don't turn down nothing that could benefit you. You choosing your friends over going to a red carpet shows how loyal you are to your friends. As friends, they're right as a businessman who's creating his platform. You probably did the right thing. Can you interview Tramiel? I hear things about him here and there, but I would like to know more. I think you would ask good probing questions so we can get to know him, then do DJ. Little do y'all know, I've interviewed both Tramiel and DJ before. And the interviews are on my platform too. What is your opinion on the binge-worthy and Endario drama, if you have one? Okay, so let me just say this. There's his truth, there's Endario's truth, and in the middle lies the truth. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't have no issues with neither party because obviously, I hang with Endario. Obviously, you've seen me hang with Binge Worthy before. Obviously, I have a closer relationship with Endario than I do Binge Worthy, but I wasn't a part of the production, so I really ain't got shit to say. But what I will say is the only thing I don't like about this whole situation is the way people have made a mockery out of Jamar. You know what I mean? Like it was very infuriating to look at comment sections and see people try to drag Jamar and shit like that. That's the only thing that I don't like about it because I don't think he deserves that for the most part. I don't think Jamar deserves any of the disrespect that he's been receiving and within this whole situation. And on top of that, Jamar really ain't been speaking on this situation. Jamar really been Mariah Carey to the bullshit. So it's kind of like, but I choose not to give my opinion on this because it really ain't no opinion for me to give, to be honest. So yeah. And plus, somebody asked me the same thing on IG. They was like, I don't think they asked me if I had beef with Binge Word because I don't. Because y'all done see me hang out with him because we got House of Aaron in common. Like we got the same friend in common. So a lot of times when I go to Aaron house or go to a party or something that he didn't have, he's there. We're hanging out. If I had something like, say for instance, all of us were going out to eat, Aaron would bring him with us. When we was at the damn Boss Baby Awards, he sat at the table with us. So it wasn't no issue. So yeah, but like I said, the only issue that I got with this whole situation is the way Jamar is being treated. All of a sudden people got so much shit to say about him, and I don't like that. But that's just that shit that I had to deal with when I first got on when people first found out that I was gonna be on the show. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Because he don't deserve that. He really don't deserve none of that. That's the only thing that I'm gonna speak on is the treatment of Jamar, because of course that's my best friend and I don't play by my friend. So that's it. Scotty, have you thought about trying to interview Angel from Real Housewives of Potomac? Well, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since she said something, yep, she was one of my picks. Have you gotten your Atlanta driver license? And this is not a question. However, get yourself a hoopty used car before the scenery ghetto gaze from season 2. I was thinking the same thing though, Prophet. I was thinking the same thing. Cause I'm not big. Cause listen, people be want to get Teslas and all this other shit, baby. Give me a Toyota Corolla and I'm fine with it. Give me a Toyota Camry. I drive that motherfucker like it's a goddamn BMW. I don't give a fuck. Okay. And the car that I had that broke down was a fucking Honda Accord. Okay. Shit, I drive that motherfucker like it's a damn Bentley. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Hey, Denny. What's a moment when you realize your content changed somebody's life? When I was at Bulldogs one day, it was me, Carl, Tramiel, Jamar, and Bando. We was all together at Bulldogs one night, and this guy walked up to me. Bando got the full video on his phone. The guy walked up to me and he gave me this long ass speech about how much I've inspired him and how I got him out of depression and all of this other shit. Like how I'm a legend and I don't really see my worth and all this other shit. He even turned around and told Jamar that he was a legend in these YouTube streets. And it was just like, me? Okay, me? I'm a legend? Me? You feel what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, it's always shocking when I hear people tell me stuff like that. Like it's very shocking. So that's one moment where I realized that my content was actually something that people watch and something that changed their life by listening to me tell my story. What is your dream car? Child, I ain't got one. I ain't got no dream car. I told you. I don't give a fuck if I was a millionaire. I'd drive me a new Honda Accord all motherfucking day. Do not care. Do not care. I promise you I would. I would still drive a Honda Accord. If I was a millionaire, I'd still drive a Honda Accord. I still fly Southwest. I don't give a fuck. Okay. None of that stuff even matters to me. But I hate to end this now because I got to. But I'm about to go ahead and get up off of here. You know, I got another video that will be premiering at 2:00. That's one of the reasons why I'm getting off. And plus, I need to go and get ready because I got to redo my goddamn confessionals. Okay? Me and Bando and Delon. That's why the episode didn't come out this week because we got to redo our confessionals due to the fact that let me explain this again because somebody else just came up in here asking me when is the show coming back. The show is definitely coming back. It was supposed to come back this past Wednesday. So once again, for episode 5, my confessionals are actually done for episode 5. I have confessionals for episode 5. DJ has confessionals, JT does. But Bando doesn't, Delon doesn't. We actually did our confessionals. And I actually have confessionals done for half of episode 6, but I have to go and do the other half of 6, 7 in the finale. The thing was, me, Delon, and Bando actually did those confessionals on December the 27th, which was the weekend before the New Year. We actually did them. I think Delon's man was the one that filmed them. So when we got done with them, they was getting ready to put it together so they could put the episode together so it can come out on time. So the thing was, first of all, the camera quality was fucked up. Like, I think it was something going on with, I don't know what he had it on, but it didn't look, it kind of looked like, yeah, it didn't look that great. And we didn't have it was no sound. So we did all that for the confessionals, but there was no sound. You couldn't hear us or anything like that. So that's the reason why we have to go back and redo them. So we tried to redo them the very next week, but then the venue that we was going to, they weren't taking nobody. Then we tried to do it the week after that, and that didn't happen. So now we're doing it today. That's why I'm finna get off and go get dressed so I can go and meet up with them. But yes, that's the reason. And being that this is episode 5, Bando's confessionals are very pivotal to this episode and all of that. So he has to have them. So that's why we're finna go do them today. So that's why the episode didn't come out on Wednesday, because of the tech issues with the confessional. So the 3 of us have to go and redo our last batch of confessionals. I'm halfway done with mine because I did half of episode 6. So I got to do the other part of episode 6, episode 7, and then the finale. And then Bando got to do 5, 6, and 8. And Delon got to do 6, 7, and 8. So that's pretty much it. So once we do those today and they get sent to the editor, then we'll be back on the money. But that's it. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. I'm out of here, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. This was really good. I'm going to have to do another questionnaire. You feel what I'm saying? But that's it. That's all. Bye, y'all.
That 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catch a face, shots fired, catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact a bitch. bitch, I'm the reason. When it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's give
P-Bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up, don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my sucker hole, don't ever play us. This the real hustle, we make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit, talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast, fucking with the best. Get money on the east, plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north, but we run it south. Bitch, we outside, what you talking about?